Would you like to learn from those that are taking their lives, their businesses, and their passions to the next level? Best-selling author of Speakeasy and master connector Lou Diamond is here to connect you to some of the most inspiring and amazing people on this planet. Get ready to thrive loud with Lou Diamond.
Welcome, everyone, to another amazing episode of Thrive Loud with Lou Diamond, connecting you to the most inspiring and amazing people that are thriving each and every day. I'm your host, Lou Diamond, and today on Thrive Loud, we have a visionary leader in the luxury transportation industry, driven, pun intended, by his passion for hospitality and commitment to exceeding client expectations. At a very early age, he started a company called Limo Miami, which is probably what you think it might be, but maybe a little different. A company dedicated to delivering unparalleled hospitality and service excellence here in South Florida, which is where both of us happen to be, which is kind of cool. So we got a little local pod going global. He's got some great standards. He's got a great policy. He's a pretty cool entrepreneurial young guy. You're going to like him right here. Thrive Loud listeners, Oguzhan, Akgun. I think I got it right. I tried as best as I can. Welcome. We call him Oz. That's how we're going to go here on Thrive Loud. Oz, welcome to the show.
Hey, hello. I'm proud to be here. Very happy to be here. I'm one of your good fans.
Excellent. And I like the fact that he comes from Turkey, lives in South Florida, but I don't want to hear the story from me. We don't want to hear the story from me. Everyone wants to hear it from you. So let's do a little rewind. Let's understand how you got into the hospitality space, how you focused on the stuff you're doing now. And from there, we'll be able to let the listeners know everything that's going on. Sound good?
Absolutely, yes. So my father has been a hotel manager growing up. He always had a goal. He always had a dream of making me a hotel manager or general manager at some point. So growing up, I worked in the different spaces of the hotel: housekeeping, F&B, front desk, and I did study hotel management in Turkey, Bilkent University. And when I was in my senior year, I traveled here. I transferred my credits to Johnson Wales University, and I did hospitality management and graduated from there. Right after that, I started working at the Setai Hotel as a front desk agent. And when I was working there, I got introduced with Forbes Travel Guide trainings, and so that not all the transportation drivers were receiving the same amount of hospitality trainings as much as us, and it was not the same level of the service. So right after 4 months or 5 months of working at the hotel, I decided forming a transportation company that provides same level of standards where you can only find in 5-star hotels of the world. Okay. So that's how I started.
All right. So what year did this take place? When did this happen?
2012. 12
okay.
years ago.
So not a bad time, at least at that point, to be involved in the limo service and high-end luxury. So when you say that high-end luxury service, explain to the listeners the range of services that your company provides.
Basically, it will start, sedan transfers start from $150, maybe $100, maybe from Miami Airport to Miami. And what you get extra is basically the relief. So I'm sure you're a business class traveler. So I'm sure you are. And when you pick a business class on the flight, it gives you the feeling of I won't be surprised. It's not going to be somebody will be annoying me, like sitting next to me, or you don't have an anxiety of not having a comfortable travel. Right. So it's the same, our main difference why people picking us, I will say, because they don't want to have anxiety of the quality of the service, because, especially in the ride sharing companies, you can never measure quality. Today, you may get a great driver, great vehicle with outstanding service, and tomorrow your driver may just not pick you up and just walk away saying bye. So most of the times I will say our largest success will come from giving this relief feeling of delivering you a great quality. No matter what, your driver will be professional, waiting for you at the airport, and you know it. That's why you are very comfortable and not anxious about your travel.
Oz, 2012 is a perfect window to start this, obviously, but obviously certain things happened after that, most notably all the rideshare businesses.
Correct.
Maybe share how small your fleet was when you first started to what it is today, and what the effect of the rideshare world has had, good or bad, in your world.
Okay, so I started. I started as a driver for about 4 months. I drove for another company before I started my company. Well, I wanted to first learn the business, how that actually works, and I had my first car. It was a loaner, and now it's over 40 vehicles in total, with some buses that I have also in the fleet. I will say when the first ride sharing companies hit the Miami market was 2016.
Yep.
We were all very afraid of them, to be honest, and we were very confused about if they will take over the market, if we can work with them, if we can establish them. But I believe right before the pandemic time, we got to realize, our clientele figured that they don't want to deal with something like that. They want to make sure their quality is high. The service quality is very high. It's not just about A to B. Again, when it comes to business travel, like business class travel, somebody just sitting 3 seats behind you may be paying, you know, you know, like just a piece of what you pay, and it's similar. You just like to get the feeling. Well, we do have a lot of differences when it comes to differences with the ride sharing companies. We have actual drivers, we have actual professional drivers that we train and have experience of driving world leaders for like 20 years, for example, and they are driving you. So it's basically same deal of, whenever you get sick or whenever you have a problem with your eye, you like to go and do a research about a doctor who you like to take your eyes. Is similar to that. I mean, you don't want no surprises. And first people thought that ride sharing companies could be fine, but at the end of the day, what really missing on them was it's their own personal car, and they treat like that. When you use a ride sharing company, you're in their personal vehicle. So, and then the person who's driving you is treating you like that as well. This is my car, so welcome to my car. I can drive you and I can just not, basically. So that's the main difference, that people recognize this. And it just, honestly, it just came to the point of people really recognizing and understanding the difference of professional chauffeurs. Yes, you may be paying a little bit more, not all the time, because some ride sharing options are more expensive than us. So, but we are promising equality because we put our drivers, we really invest in our team, and we put them through really expensive trainings. And FTG is one of them. Forbes Travel Guide Training is one of them. And we do see the value. I mean, people, we do have a lot of clients, that local clients, that using it for their commutes.
Yeah.
So we do, they do see the value, and we appreciate that. That's why that really increases our hope in the future of the limo industry.
It's a very interesting take, actually. And by the way, I originally come from New York, where, you're dealing with a whole other issue of car service because there's other public transportation. For those not familiar, South Florida is limited in its public transportation, so there definitely is more driving. And I want to hit this one. So you hit 2016 was when the ride sharing came out. 2020, you had the pandemic to deal with. Maybe
Correct.
share from a perspective of an owner of a hospitality service in a weird window of time where people, obviously travel wasn't happening as much, business travel wasn't happening. How did that affect your business, and you as a leader, how did you adapt?
We all got depressed, especially when even the honestly, we all got depressed, and especially in Miami when five-star hotels shut down. That was the time of we all get depressed. We started all cutting costs, and it was not a long period of time, but I will say 6 months was, first 6 months was very depressing. But honestly, a lot of companies shut down. I will say maybe 60% of the limo companies shut down for good, and maybe a little bit more. But the good thing was who wanted to stay now took that market. So and we really learned from the pandemic, and we really learned from, you know, people actually, matter of fact, learn that they now, life is short, so I want to get my pleasure. I want to treat myself. I want to book a limo. I want to treat myself. So, people really discover this, and honestly, I'm sorry for who shut down. Maybe they're doing better, but the ones that did not shut down, like me, I will say doing better, especially ones that learned what really people wanting, what really people looking for, and what opportunity that we can seize. I will say, I mean, honestly, I will say I doubled the size of the company and tripled the revenues after the pandemic. I can say,
Wow. I
yes,
mean, it was kind of like a little bit of the Forrest Gump shrimp company, the Bubba Gump shrimp company thing. Right? Some people went out, and it was a little bit of a land grab.
correct, yes,
You've grown the company.
correct.
The one of the more interesting issues. I only know this because, unfortunately, you made the comment about business travel. Over my business career, I've been in so many business travel things in many different cities, traveling all over the place, that I love connecting with the driver and having conversations, and also learning about the different cities and the different geos with that. Have you ever looked at expanding out of Miami from your reason? Well, I'd love to hear the thinking about that, because I know that's a big challenge to get out of your geography as it relates to expanding beyond the walls of the main city and your familiarity. I'd love to hear if that was ever an option, or how you look into that.
So we right now serving over 500 locations, but not with our own fleet or drivers. So I do have plans of moving my, relocating of some of the drivers in the future. But right now we are serving, through our affiliates, through our business partners, to the 500 locations in the world, including London, not only United States, and including Turkey, including Dubai. So we do serve almost all over the world. But if you want to just put the Limo Miami logo in some other cities like New York, well, yes, that's. I do have plans, but I'm not very sure. The reason why is because if you know me, you will know I really care about the quality and the reputation. I like to make sure that quality is delivered, and if not, then money's not everything. I mean, it's I like to stay small and just make sure the quality is delivered every single time. That's our motto with Limo Miami. Every single trip is you can expect the same quality of the service that you expect from five-star hotels.
Love it.
So I don't want to risk that.
Oz, as a leader, dealing with the ups and downs, what most people who aren't entrepreneurs don't know is how every day can kind of hit you. There's great days, there's good days, and there's days that you go ups and downs in the cycle, which enables great leaders like you to potentially thrive.
Thank you.
Yeah, we all know those days when you got some bad situations going on. There might be an accident, the drivers don't show up, they're sick. You could have bad weather in certain instances that could hurt business. Oz, when you have trouble thriving on the things you can control, what practice do you seek, or maybe what individual do you seek out to get yourself and your company back on the thriving track?
That's a good one. So I'm a very motivated person, and I'm motivated by being an example to my team. So I do have a large team right now that I had to really show the good faith and show the good leadership. So I will go back to one of my former bosses. He was the rooms director at the City at once, and this guy was always fresh. Like every time I see him, he looks like he's out of the plane. He's out of the plane after the 10 hours of travel, and he just got out of the shower. So and I was 21 when I saw this, and I said, I want to be like him. I want to be fresh, no matter what, no matter chaos. I want to kill the anxiety and just be outstandingly fresh person. And so that's what I look for every time I have a little crisis. I just remind myself, now we just got out of the 10 hours of plane. you got to stay fresh, So that's what I remind myself. And matter of fact, he's still working there. So sometimes I go and see him and I tell him, how do you get the swag? And he goes like, you just don't get it. You're born with it. So,
All right, it's an innate nature. You just got to turn on the switch. I do like that, though. There are certain people who could definitely do it better.
if, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. So, for the ones that who's listening and if need advice, I will say just pick a person and then remind yourself what he would do, and that's what I usually do.
I like it. Let's do the admin part of the show. Oz, share with the listeners how people can learn about you, Limo Miami, social handlers, whatever it might be. We'll put it in the show notes, but always gets more engagement when they hear from you.
Okay, absolutely. So our website is limomiami.net, and our Instagram is at Limo Miami, and we are very good on LinkedIn as well. So you can go to linkedin.com and then / Limo Miami. I will share in the handles and I will say we are active on those three spots: website, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
So we're going to go down Fun Street here because I've got some good questions about the driver stuff, which I'll put into the Fun Street section for our listeners, which will be pretty cool. Because I'm sure there's some, for those who aren't familiar, drivers run into some very interesting people. So I think this audience would probably like to know some of the people that they may have served here or there, if discretion is part of the thing. But we'll find out. But that being said, can you share with the listeners what you shared with me, or one or two of your all-time favorite movies? One specifically, I know you mentioned here.
Correct. My all-time favorite is Godfather. And what biggest lesson that I got from it, I will say The Godfather. Well, there are multiple lessons that I really like, but the first one I like to mention is, Godfather himself, whenever somebody asks for a favor, he will do it. And then he will expect a favor back sometime, which really relates to me. I mean, it's not that I expect a favor, but I feel like every time I see somebody really asking help, I will just see this is a really opportunity to win this person. And that's I think the really good lesson for anybody who is doing a business. Helping others, give and take. Basically, you just keep helping, and it will return to you at some point.
Love that. All right. We're going to do the speed round with some extra bonuses here. Instead of doing a pub crawl where we're walking, we're going to take car service. We're going to take Limo Miami from door to door here in the Speakeasy pub crawl, because we don't want to drink and drive. We're going to have somebody else do it for it, to respect it, and we're going to go in style. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you something. I just want the first thing that comes to your mind. Each one of these stops is things that are all about you. So are you ready, Oz?
I'm ready.
Okay. Of late, a song you love to listen to, or maybe one that you love to put on when you're driving the car?
Good question. I will say driving the car, not, but I will say when I work out, I can tell you a few songs.
Sure.
I like. I have been listening to album of. I like everything. Sometimes I go for Metallica. When I'm working out, it really keeps the rhythm. And sometimes I go for hip hop or today's R&B or rap music. But lately I've been listening to. I will say, let me just find out on my playlist right now.
I was going to say, I'm looking for the name. I like that.
Metro Boomin.
Okay.
I've been listening to his Heroes and Villains album lately in the gym. So that's been really kicking some workouts.
I like it. A favorite food that's not a dessert?
Favorite food that's not a dessert. When you're working out very often, you don't really have a lot of favorite. You just go for healthy ones. But I will say, I like steak. I like steaks. I like steak.
A favorite dessert?
Ice cream or gelato. Yeah,
Oh.
I go for it. Yeah, it's light and it's flavorful. Or maybe tiramisu. That's pretty good too.
An activity you wish you did more of?
Golfing.
An activity you wish you did less of?
Stressing.
Okay.
Yes. Just I will let I'm not a stressful person. But I would love to just keep it off my life forever.
An activity that's relatively new to you, one you've recently tried, that you like so much, you'll tell someone else to try it?
Activity. Okay.
Something new.
Okay. New. I will say, I will say it's not new, but I get to do it very rarely. Snorkeling,
Oh,
or
okay.
that, especially Florida Keys.
Okay.
That's amazing. Yes, you can't beat that.
If I could snap my fingers and Oz can be anywhere he wants to be, where is he?
Good question. On Do you know what is Gulet?
No. Where's
So Gulet is an ancient yacht, ancient fishing yacht that nowadays in Turkey or Greece or Croatia or Italy, the Mediterranean coast, they build a nice yacht from this Gulet. I will share it with you so you can just Google it. And then it has a very nice, a lot of spaces that you can actually chill.
all
So
right?
I will be on the Gulet and I'll be on Ionian Islands in Greece.
I like it. You can't go wrong in that part of the world.
Yes.
Okay, whether it was you or one of the many drivers that Limo Miami has serviced, is there anyone in particular? I'm sure there has been some famous individual. Could be a famous business person. Could be a famous entertainer, actor, somebody that it was kind of a little bit of a buzz that, oh my God, we're picking up so and so.
I don't know if I can just share, due
Maybe
to
we'll hint to it and we'll try and get around it. But yeah,
I will tell you. I will tell you. I can tell you this much. I drove for Leonardo DiCaprio one time,
okay.
and that was a very good experience. And when I first started driving, it came from another company, a friend of mine, and then he was not even his client; he was friend of his client, and I got to drive him, and it was very fun. Yes, I mean, right now, daily basis, we do take care of a lot of important person and very famous person, but especially with corporates, we have to go into NDA
Yep,
before.
of who they want to. We didn't want to go down that line. That's why I went with the famous people, which you can tell.
Yes.
Uzan Akgun, better known as Oz. Everyone check out Limo Miami. Hey, man, thanks for being a listener to the show. Thanks for being a fan. Thanks for coming on and sharing your stuff. Hey, continued success to you. And obviously, I now know when I'm in the South Florida area who I'm calling when I need a ride home.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on the show, man.
So much, Lowell. My
You got it.
pleasure.
To all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep moving onward and upward. And remember, be brief, be bright, be gone.
You've been listening to Thrive Loud with your host, Lou Diamond. Check us out on the web at thriveloud.com and follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at Thrive Loud. And check us out on the Good Pods app at Thrive Loud, where you can follow, listen, and connect directly to Lou and all of the Thrive Loud episodes. Thanks for listening.
City.